Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to see more home, holiday, event, wedding, and DIY decor. Today, I'm going to show you how to make the very magical Once Upon a Time storybook backdrop for your upcoming wedding or any celebration. Here we go. Once Upon a Time storybook backdrop tutorial that you guys have been asking since forever. I'm very excited to show you guys how I put it together, but first please let me apologize for taking so long to get this done. The truth is that I sent my Cricut back some time ago and I didn't have a way to make the writing for it, so I had to outsource to another company. So I went on Etsy, and for some reason this girl right here thought that all Etsy stores were based here in the US. I just wasn't paying attention because I've been very busy with the venue, and I didn't realize that the shipment was coming from China. And shipment from China takes 7 to 10 days, and they actually took more than 10 days. So I was like emailing them, where's my stuff? I was bugging them. So I finally got it, and I'm so excited to show you guys how I put this together for your next event. So let's get started with the video. Alright guys, I'm going to start this project by making the cover of the book, which is going to consist of 18 black foam boards from Dollar Tree. As you can see right here, there's only 9, so this is only half of it. So this backdrop is going to be humongous, humongous, humongous. Love it. Each foam board is 2.5 by 1 feet and 20 inches, and as you see it right here, the entire thing together is 7 feet 5 inches, which is way too tall for the writing that I have for it. The writing that I have for it is only 4 feet tall, so I decided that I'm going to make each cover 6 feet tall so it can be better proportion. So each cover is going to be 5 by 6 and altogether 10 by 12. So in order for you to make it 6 feet tall for each cover, you're going to have to cut 1.5 feet from the bottom row. At this point, it's basically from 3 foam boards, okay? So you are going to need a total of 6, 3 for each side, and you are going to cut 1.5 feet from each. So basically you're going to have 1 foot left, okay? So 2 boards are going to be 5 feet altogether, plus 1, 6 feet. And here are all 6 of them together. I'm going to go ahead and move them to this side, and I'm going to start gluing the other boards together. It's going to be a total of 6 of them. So this is going to be the side I'm going to use for the front part, and I'm going to add transparent tape to the back of it to give it a little more support. And here it is, my friends, one side of the cover. I'm gonna go ahead and make the other one, and I'll be right back. And it should look something like this. So here's the left cover and the right cover, and eventually they're going to become one. Now now I'm going to use black acrylic paint to paint the borders of my foam board on both sides so it can look a little bit more polished. So now I'm going to move on to the pages of the book, and to accomplish that I'm going to be using a seamless paper photography backdrop, and this is 53 inches by 16 feet. Okay, so there's plenty of paper here, and I'm going to focus or concentrate on the main page. Okay, the other pages on the side are only going to be strips of the same paper, so it's going to look as if it's, you know, more pages behind it, but it's not. So step by step, let's start with the main page. Since the covers are going to be 6 feet tall, I'm going to make the papers 2 inches shorter all around. Well, not on this side because, you know, in a book you don't see anything in the middle, but for the top, the bottom, and the left and right side, I'm going to have 2 inches of exposure of the cover, as you will see on any book. So I'm going to make the papers 5 feet 8 inches. And here's how my first page looks like. It is 5.8 in height and 4.5 in width. So here are all the pages that I need, the 2 main pages. And here what I have left over actually ended up being the same size. So I ended up using the entire roll, okay? So for the third page, what I'm going to do is cut it in the middle, and I'm going to cut it into little strips that are going to go behind the main pages to look as if I have more pages. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. Now here you have 2, so one is going to be for the left side and one for the right side. So I'm going to start with one. Just going to make straight lines and cut them into strips, okay? All right, so here it is, and I placed the other one right under it. I didn't make lines on this one. I'm just going to go ahead and place it on top and then cut it into strips. Next, I'm going to be aging my pages, and I'm going to accomplish that by using tea. I boiled 4 bags of 6-ounce tea bags. I just got it from my local grocery store, and it was very inexpensive, $2 and some cents. And you can choose to leave it white if that's what you like, but if you're going for the more antique vintage look, I think this is a great method. Okay, so all I'm going to do is dab with a sock. You can use a rag, but I don't want to stain my rags, so I'm going to use this old sock, and I'm just going to dab until I get it into the shade that I want. Here it is, and I'm loving the shade, but I'm gonna have to make it a little darker because I have made my other page prior to this one just to test out, you know, how darker I wanted it to be. And yeah, it doesn't match. This one is a bit lighter. This is more like 1800s, and the other one is more like 1500s, so they're in different centuries. So I have to make it match. But yeah, I wish I would have, you know, had both of them in this tone because I really like this one better. But anyway, take your time, do a little by little, let it dry because it's going to look different dry than it looks when it is wet. It doesn't take 24 hours to dry, but you might want to let it, you know, sit 24 hours so you can see the color that it will be. All right, so with that said, I'm going to make it a little darker and I'll be right back. All right, so there it is, and as you can see, I also aged my strips of paper that I'm going to be using later on the side of the pages. And I also placed some books or anything, you know, heavy on the edges of the page so it can, you know, get flat, because once it's wet it starts, you know, kind of like getting wavy from the moisture, and the middle as well, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iron it. I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to place a sheet over it, and I'm going to iron it without steam. Next, I'm going to be cutting the Once Upon a Time decal. It's going to look something like this. So I'm going to just cut the letters that I need to be placed on this page. And then I'll let you know how you place it on there. I'm really hoping that it takes because it's supposed to go on walls. I'm not sure how it will take on paper, but I don't see why not, right? All right, let's try. What you see up here is painter's tape. And I'm using this because it's not going to damage the paper when I pull it off. And I'm totally just following the directions that it came with. And basically what it says is place the painter's tape right on top, flip the paper over, pull the backing, and then just flatten the clear part with the letters on the wall, aka the paper. And then I'm going to grab probably one of my spatulas and just, you know, flatten it out. And then I'm going to pull the clear paper off, and then the letters should be intact on the paper. Crossing my fingers. All right, let's do it. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. I am so excited right now. You have no idea. No idea. Next, I'm going to be arranging and gluing my strips to give the appearance of multiple pages. Next, I'm going to be gluing my pages with hot glue. I'm going to be placing them in this corner, or gluing them from this, you know, area where they meet. And then I'm going to make sure that they are 2 inches from the top and bottom. And this corner right here is going to be a little wider, but I'm going to be placing the other pages, or the strips that look like pages, right on there. Not sure if you noticed, but I placed a little glue right about there, probably about 4 inches in, and then right here in the middle. I did the same on this side. Make sure that you don't place the glue right in the corner, because that's where you're going to place your other pages, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Now what I'm going to do is wet a bit of the outer edges of the top pages. You should only flatten the inner ones, okay? The outer ones you should just leave as is. I ended up flattening both of them, so don't do that. Just flatten the one right here that's going to connect together. The others at the end or at the outer sides, just leave them as is, so they can look just like the other ones on here, okay? So all right, let's do that. Perfect. Okay guys, this is it. This is my Once Upon a Time storybook backdrop, and it is absolutely dreamy and wonderful, very fairy tale-ish. Love it. Perfect for weddings or any celebration. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can do so right here, right now. Also, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of my Once Upon a Time storybook backdrop, and leave me a comment anyway, because you know I love to chit chat with you guys all the time. And then you can tell me what you think of my clip-ins. I found them the other day in the basement and I put them on today. I'm not convinced. I think I like my bun better. Anyway, make sure to share. Sharing is caring. If you know of a friend or a family member that's getting married soon or is having a party and will love this thing, make sure to share with them at the end of this video to save them a buck or two. All right, guys, until next time, bye.
Professional, man.
I'm a professional. What do you mean? Very gentle. Gentle, baby. Grab it down here. I'm gonna let it go for a second, okay? Gentle, because it's kind of delicate. Don't forget, it's like 100 years old, so.
Looks like
Oh.
it's not centered, you know that, right?
Yes, I know it's not centered.
All you gotta do is fold this part over like that, and you center it in the middle.
No,
I'm sorry.
thank you.
Is it?
Whose channel is this?
Still looks.
Whose channel is
Still
this?
looks beautiful.
Whose channel is this? Okay, alright. Hold it up right here. Better, like that. In the middle so it won't fall. Like. Can you pause my thing? Hit the little round button at the back. Little round red button.
Little round. This
I don't
one?
know if it's red or black. The little one. It
Right
has a
here?
it has a camera on it. Little round camera button.